Welcome to our product introduction to the Design Plan product range. My name's Stuart Thompson. I'm the New South Wales Account Manager for Eagle Lighting, responsible for Design Plan. As a little bit of an introduction, Design Plan Lighting was founded in the UK in 1963, specialising in very durable and robust luminaires for high wear environments. They were acquired by the Fagerholt Group in 2011 and hence became a sister company to Eagle Lighting. They still design and manufacture all of their luminaires out of the UK and currently employ around 160 people, turning over well in excess of £17 million annually. So a very robust and reliable partner for us to do business with, having been designing their own luminaires for the last 50 years or so. Today, what I'd like to introduce you to is a product called the Basilica, which is designed to be a wall or ceiling mounted fitting and is something that is an anti-ligature fitting out of the box. Anti-ligature is a fairly loaded term in terms of Australian standards, but this is a very well constructed fixture to deliver genuine measured anti-ligature properties. So as a result, it's widely used in the custodial sector, as well as something that's available for secure mental health and social housing as well as two areas of key use. When we talk about anti-ligature, in terms of Australian standards, anti-ligature simply means no places we can get a cord around it. There's probably a little bit more to it that we need to dive into. So firstly, we look at the installation methodology. So we do have the centre rear cable entry. This is secured to the ceiling with an anti-pick adhesive. Once the luminaire is up, it's next to impossible to get down. It's very difficult to do, certainly can't be done with bare hands. And your detainee or party or patient, it will be unable to drive a cord or anything between the gap of the ceiling and the back of the luminaire. Also can't pick anything out, hence why it's called anti-pick, to create a surface where they can put a ligature cord in and do themselves any harm. The other area is making sure that this interface between the die-cast aluminium housing and the polycarbonate diffuser is something that also cannot be accessed and is too smooth for us to get any ligature cords onto. We use the Resist-Torx anti-tamper fittings as well, so it prevents access. And then this fixture also is rated to an IK of 20 according to our data sheet. So again, when we talk about IK ratings, we're very familiar that IK in Australia goes from 1 to 10, IK 10 being the highest, which is a force of around 20 joules. This luminaire is tested to a force of 250 joules, so more than 10 times the standard that will achieve IK 10. Hence on our data sheets, we like to list it as IK 20. It's an IP rated fitting as well, given the amount of attention paid to it to make sure that it's something that we can't do any harm to ourselves on. And of course, having that high rating on our polycarbonate diffuser also means that it resists burning and will not shatter, so it can't be used to create something sharp to either conceal contraband or do harm to self or others, which is fairly important for us from there. Going into the custodial sector and secure mental health in particular, one of our options for this luminaire is that we can fit it off with a night light within the body as well. So we can have two different levels, one as a night light and one for regular use. So giving us a great deal of versatility in what is actually quite an attractive fixture from that side. We can do this in a couple of different colours. So we can do that in a white, a cream or a silver. We usually don't get asked for a lot past the white in terms of our general application. And they come in two sizes. So the one here is the 450mm. And we also do it in a 350mm. The 350mm is rated to 40 degrees ambient, and we have 4 different wattages that go from 900 lumens up to 2000 lumens. And our 450mm Oyster starts at 2000 lumens and tops out at 3700 lumens from that side, also in 4 different wattages. So giving us a fairly good degree of variety. Also within that space, we can now make this a tunable white fixture, so we can start to vary the colour temperatures. We do it at 3000 Kelvin out of the box, or an option to make it 4000 Kelvin. Fit it with a Dali dimmable driver, and we can also fit it off with microwave sensors. So when we come to use it in corridors and the like throughout social housing, we can have that dim down when nobody's in the corridor, and we can start to light that up and have it communicate forward so that the entire corridor lights up to give us some comfort working from there. So what we end up with is actually very robust, very attractive luminaire. It is one of our top sellers within the Australian market. Wall or ceiling mounted, gives us a tremendous distribution and actually looks quite attractive and quite architectural, giving us a very robust performance. And the other element that I hadn't covered off previously is this one is also fitted off with our replaceable gear tray. So that's a fused gear tray with a quick connect. So should we need to use it in a custodial area where we want minimal downtime for maintenance staff to be present on the block, we can take off the diffuser, lift out the gear tray, unplug it from the quick connect, replug in the new one, reconnect it, put the diffuser up, and we're out of the building or out of the cell in under 4 or 5 minutes. So very good for us in terms of its durability and longevity. With that aluminium housing instead of a polycarbonate means that even under sustained attack from an inmate, it continues to stand up and gives us a great deal of, in terms of total cost of ownership, it's certainly a better value proposition than some of the cheaper alternatives out there using polycarbonate housings. So that is an introduction to our Basilica.